Welcome to the Mount Pilgrim Missionary Baptist Church Network, where we are building faith and transforming lives, where our senior pastor is the Reverend James I. Perkins.
Well, good day, everyone, and welcome to Straight Talk. I'm just so glad to be here this evening, and I'm equally glad to have the honored guest that I have with us this afternoon. Today we have Mr. Donnie Potter, who is currently a member of our Caldwell County Commissioners. And Donnie, it's just so good for you to take time out of your busy schedule, and I know that you're busy. I can understand. So just thank you for so much for being with us here on Straight Talk.
Well, Ike, it's a true honor to be here, and I appreciate the invitation to come over and sit down with you and talk about something that's obviously a big passion of mine, and
Yeah.
I know it's one of your own, and
Yeah.
I think we share a lot in common when it comes to keeping our roads clean here in the City of Lenoir and in Caldwell County.
Very good. What I wanted to talk about is, of course, the North Carolina Cleanup Initiative. But before we get to that, Donnie, you wear another hat. You are a county commissioner.
Yes, sir.
And I would just like to know, I have my history of how I become a city councilman, and it always intrigues me to find out how a person got into, as we have just previously discussed, it's not politics, we're just concerned citizens. But how did you happen to get into county commissioner light?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a unique story, interesting story, I think, and I think most people who end up getting into it kind of get into it kind of by accident. This was not something I planned to do. It's not something I ever thought I would ever even be a part of growing up as a young child or a young adult. But several years ago, when I first moved to Caldwell County, I was building a house down in Sawmills, and I had some problems with some setbacks and some permitting and things like that.
Yeah.
And that process, the frustration that I was getting from some of the town leaders at the time, not now, but back then, it was just frustrating. And I happened to be talking to somebody one day and about it. They said, well, why don't you run for town council? We need some young people and some people who are interested in trying to make things better. And I thought, well, I never thought about it. So long story short, I ran for town council in Sawmills and won a seat there, and was very honored and privileged to be able to serve the town of Sawmills and the citizens there in Sawmills. And then I served there for 4 years, and then through that process, I kind of got to liking the whole idea of being a part of my community and giving back and helping. And somebody came to me and asked me to run for county commissioner, and I was like, well, I guess I can do that. And was blessed and fortunate enough to run and won a seat. But I think it boils down to, people ask me all the time, why do you do this? And I think it's about, as growing up as a young child, it was me, we were all about me, and what we can take from society. And as a county commissioner, to me today, it's about what I can give back to society. Yeah. So I figured instead of being a part of the problem, I strive to be a part of the solution.
Yeah. I think we all can say that, Donnie. It's not something that we plan to do, but it's just something that we enjoy doing, particularly if you're living in, like you in the county, me in the city, to try to make it better. And I believe that everybody and anybody that is wanting to make it better, it's best to get in, get your hands dirty, and just see what you can do. And I think that was my reason for running. I just wanted Lenore to be better, and I think that I had a lot to offer, and it's just one of those things that we do. So.
Well, you along with the rest of the council have done a great job at the City of Lenoir. I think, when I moved here 20 years ago, the difference between the City of Lenoir today and what we had 20 years ago is a significant difference.
Oh, yeah.
So y'all have made a difference, and you've made an impact. And I used to work for a guy one time, and I'll never forget this, and he used to always say, leave it better than you found it.
Leave it better than you found it.
And that's what I strive to do every day.
Well, I think we all are. But get into your pet peeve and get into what you are so passionate about, and because of your passion and your initiative to step out and to do things, it's just been like a domino effect. It has affected me, and now I'm out there doing. But Donnie, I wanted you just to talk a little bit about the North Carolina initiative to clean up North Carolina, or to clean up Caldwell County. So, and I know that you have taken a leadership role in that, and you have stepped out and made a lot of phone calls and gotten a lot of people involved, and it's only because of your love for your county and your city. And it's just that being on the county commissioners, we wear many hats. It's just not just sitting around at a boardroom meeting. It's time to get out and do something. And I thank you so much that you have followed that. You're not just sitting at the boardroom, you're getting out, making or showing your positive role model in Caldwell County. So could you just share with us how that come about?
I think most everybody has noticed over the last several years that our roads have become, really filthy from trash and things of that
Yeah.
nature. And I had been talking to, I had noticed it myself and had made several phone calls to local state representatives about what we could do to improve that. And
Yeah.
as a state, it's a pretty big, creature to deal with. We used to have the state inmates that would be out working.
Right.
And I think it was in 2017, 2018 year budget, they pulled that out because it was
Yeah.
going to save some money for the state. And at the same time, I don't think anybody really understood the impact that would have is not having those inmates out there working.
Right.
So long story short, after numerous conversations, I realized that, the state was not going to fix the problem right here in Caldwell County at home. So I talked with my wife, and we gathered up some neighbors in our community, and we decided we were going to clean up the road that we live on.
Yeah.
And which is Dry Ponds Road.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine that came to visit, and during that particular visit, he made a comment about coming from 321A back to my neighborhood, how nasty the roads were.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little bit of an embarrassment to me, to be honest with you, that here I am a county commissioner, and I've got a
Yeah.
friend of mine who's, telling me how nasty my roads are.
Yeah.
So my wife and I and some neighbors got together. We decided we'd go clean up Dry Ponds, and then through that process, you walking along the road there, you picking up the trash. We didn't realize how bad it was. It was it's awful. But you turn around and you look and you think, man, after you cleaned it up, it looks great. It's clean.
Yeah.
So you can see an immediate impact. Well, through about a 3 or 4 weekend period there, that we kind of talked about what can we do to take this message to the other parts of the county.
Yeah.
So we had some conversations around that, and I decided to, you know what, I could again be a part of the problem or be a part of the solution, and nobody else was really taking the lead on it, and so I chose to try to take the lead, and we created the Clean Caldwell Day, which is coming up this coming Saturday, and I think it was just a matter of I realized that something needed to be done.
Yeah.
And I think I've kind of coined the phrase, together we can make a difference.
Yeah.
One bag at a time. My point is that we couldn't sit around and wait for the state to fix it. I thought it was something that we, as citizens of our county,
Mm-hmm.
and me as a leader in our county, should be involved in.
Yeah.
And we should take the leadership role
Mm-hmm.
and try to get this thing done. And I think we will. We're pretty excited. We got, right now, we're a little over 100 people that have signed up.
Yeah.
That will be out on the roads on Saturday. We're expecting several more groups between now and Saturday that I've talked with. So
Yeah.
my goal is to have 200 people
Yeah.
by the end of the Saturday, or by Saturday, to be on the side of the road picking up trash.
Well, Donnie, that's good. And I think it just bleeds in or pours over into the city here as well. We have, and this is my community. This is where I grew up. This is where my church is at. And we were looking down on one street here, Broadway. And Broadway goes from Harper all the way across Creekway Drive
Mm-hmm.
and goes into Harpertown.
Mhm.
And I think the city limit stops somewhere, maybe, I don't know, maybe 100 yards past that bridge there, the city limit stop. But I do have a couple of members that live out that way, and they were concerned about it. And they would often come to me, and I felt bad like you. Here I am, a city councilman, and my people are coming to me, and what can I do about it? So when I heard this, and we was in a council meeting, and I heard this, and I thought, gosh, that's exactly what we've been needing. So naturally, I jumped on board, and I made some contacts and got some people together. So we too had planned to start at Broadway and do as much as we can, and maybe the entrance way that you looked at here coming
Yep.
in from downtown Lenoir, needs some attention, and maybe we may get to that too. But Donnie, how are there any more contacts or anybody else that what is the DOT? What is their part in this cleanup, Caldwell?
So through my process of picking up my local road, my neighborhood there, I learned at DOT, and I remembered years ago having to see in the signs that said adopt a highway.
Yeah.
So I happened to be talking to DOT, and I asked him about that program, and he said, yeah, we still have the adopt a highway program. And so he was talking to me about that and explained to me that the North Carolina DOT does still have the program and how to go about signing up for that. So we did that, and I went on there and we adopted the highway, but it's real simple. You just go on there, you fill out this real small, short questionnaire, and then in a couple of days, DOT will call you, somebody from DOT will call you and talk to you in more specific about what roads you're going to take care of and the specifics of the program. But it is something, and I will say, since this initiative started, we've got about 15 or 16 new highways here in Caldwell County that have been adopted that were not adopted prior to. So you made a comment about earlier, it's kind of growing, and it's kind of surprised me, and it feels good to see our citizens getting involved.
Yeah. Well, you know it's good, and I know it seems like when you're having fun and enjoying yourself, time just flies by. But I think our people will respond and do better when they see the elected officials doing something rather than them just coming and we brush them off, or we can't this, we can't that. Sometimes it does good for us and as well as for where we live and where our people live to see the elected officials doing something. And that's the way that I look at it, Donnie. Hey, look, if I'm going to be a representative, then I got to get out there and represent.
You got to be a part of it.
That's right, got to be a part of it.
That's right, part of the solution.
Yeah. So Donnie, I thank you so very much for being here with me today, and I hope that this will shed some light on a lot of things that's happening in the state of North Carolina, not just in the state of North Carolina, but in Caldwell County and in the city of Lenoir. Mr. Donnie Potter here, who is a county commissioner, has taken the initiative. Instead of being a part of the problem, he has taken initiative to be a part of the solution to it. So thank you very much. And Donnie, I'm hoping that maybe this will go beyond April in accepting this and going with this initiative, that somebody may say, well, maybe we can do something in May or June or something. So we'll talk about that at another time, but our time is up, and thank you so very much. And I'm looking forward to Saturday. I'm looking forward to tomorrow with the city. I can't be there for so long. I have another engagement at 1 o'clock. My brother-in-law passed, and we'll be doing his homecoming on tomorrow at 1. So I'm going to be there as long as I can to participate in that, but to make the city of Lenoir great and all around. So again, thank you so very much, and I look forward to working with you again.
I thank you. It's a true honor to be here with you, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk about something I'm passionate about. And, I'm sorry to hear about your brother-in-law, and we will keep you and your family in our thoughts and prayers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into another exciting segment of Straight Talk, where we get straight to the questions and answers that you would like to ask some of the leading people in Caldwell County. We look forward to bringing you podcasts that make an impact in our communities. So tune in every Thursday at 7 o'clock, where we will bring you Straight Talk. We want to keep you informed on activities that are going on within our communities. Be blessed. We will see you next week.